Which timeless fragrance truly defines masculine elegance? Dior Eau Sauvage or Acqua di Parma Colonia? For decades, these two icons have shaped the world of men's perfumery, each with its own legacy, character, and devoted following. On one side, Eau Sauvage, the sharp, clean, effortlessly French classic that redefined what a man could smell like in the modern age. On the other, Colonia, the warm, citrus-laced whisper of Italian sophistication that speaks not with volume, but with grace. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of these two legendary scents. We'll explore their origins, how they perform, what they smell like from top note to dry down, and most importantly, who they are really made for. Whether you're searching for your signature scent, looking to elevate your fragrance wardrobe, or simply curious about the battle between French minimalism and Italian elegance, you're in the right place. By the end, you'll not only understand what sets these fragrances apart, you'll know which one deserves a place on your shelf. So let's settle this once and for all. In the world of timeless colognes, which classic reigns supreme? Let's begin. To understand why these two fragrances stand as pillars in the world of perfumery, we need to go back to where it all began. Dior Eau Sauvage, released in 1966, was revolutionary for its time. Crafted by legendary perfumer Edmond Rudnitska, it was among the first men's fragrances to use hedione, a synthetic molecule that added a luminous, almost jasmine-like freshness that had never been experienced in a masculine scent before. It was crisp, confident, and undeniably modern, a bold departure from the heavier, muskier colognes that dominated the era. Eau Sauvage captured the essence of a new kind of man, sophisticated, sharp, and in control. The image of Alain Delon splashed across its early campaigns helped cement its reputation as the scent of understated cool. Over the years, it has remained a staple in countless collections, a fragrance that whispers refinement without ever trying too hard. Now, travel back even further. Acqua di Parma Colonia was born in 1916, in the heart of Parma, Italy. Originally designed to scent fine gentlemen's handkerchiefs, it gradually made its way into the grooming routines of aristocrats and Hollywood elites alike. Unlike the stronger German and French colognes of its day, Colonia was light, citrusy, and utterly elegant. Its composition captured the soul of Italian style, sun-drenched, timeless, and effortlessly chic. Worn by the likes of Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn, it became a symbol of European refinement. Though decades apart in their debut, both fragrances have something rare: staying power. Not just in how long they last on skin, but in how they've lasted in culture. They've adapted, evolved, and endured, each representing more than just scent. They represent identity. And now, over half a century later, they still command respect. Before we even spray a drop, the bottles themselves already tell a story. Eau Sauvage comes housed in a sleek, ridged glass bottle with a slightly green hue, minimalist, masculine, and unmistakably French. The silver-toned cap and clean typography give it an aura of modernist design, reflecting the fragrance's crisp and refined personality. It's a bottle that wouldn't look out of place on a classic film set or a contemporary dresser, timeless without trying to impress. In contrast, Acqua di Parma Colonia arrives in a rounded, cylindrical bottle with rich heritage. Its bright yellow label, simple black cap, and Art Deco influence immediately evoke Italian charm and old-world luxury. Holding it feels like stepping into a vintage Roman barbershop. Warm, inviting, steeped in tradition. Both bottles are beautiful in their own right, but just as their designs speak differently, so do the scents they contain. So let's take that first spray and see what each of them has to say. With the first spray, you're immediately met by two very different introductions, each confident, but in its own unique voice. Eau Sauvage opens with a sharp, clean burst of citrus, primarily lemon and bergamot. But there's something more than just zestiness. There's a cool, almost ethereal lift thanks to the hedione. It's bright, yes, but also airy, like a breeze slicing through crisp linen. The first impression is invigorating, fresh, smart, and undeniably put together. It doesn't shout. It speaks with the crisp clarity of a well-cut suit. Acqua di Parma Colonia, on the other hand, greets you like an old friend under the Mediterranean sun. Its top notes are a gentle medley of Sicilian citrus, lemon, sweet orange, and Calabrian bergamot. But unlike Eau Sauvage's sharp edge, Colonia offers warmth right from the start. It's less piercing, more glowing, like sunlight through a citrus grove. There's an effortless elegance, a kind of lived-in grace that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Both top notes serve their purpose brilliantly. One is brisk and modern, the other smooth and timeless. But a fragrance is more than a first impression. What happens when that opening begins to settle? Let's dive into the heart of the matter. As the opening notes begin to fade, each fragrance reveals its true character, layer by layer. Eau Sauvage transitions into a heart that's both herbal and floral, an unusual combination for a men's scent at the time of its release. Here, you'll notice hints of basil, rosemary, and coriander mingling with a subtle touch of jasmine. Again, thanks to the innovative use of hedion, which adds that soft, airy floral tone. The result is elegant and clean, almost soapy, but never sterile. As it continues to dry down, the base reveals a gentle warmth, vetiver, oak moss, and a touch of musk. There's structure here, a refined backbone that makes Eau Sauvage feel crisp, grounded, and timeless. It dries down just as smart as it starts, like linen after a summer breeze. Acqua di Parma Colonia takes a different journey. Its citrus opening melts into a heart of lavender and rosemary, with soft floral undertones from rose and verbena. There's a gentle transition, no sharp turns, just a graceful evolution into something warm and deeply comforting. The base brings in sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver, creating a soft, woody cushion that balances the brightness of the top. It never becomes heavy, though. Instead, it stays refined, like a tailored linen blazer on a warm afternoon. While Eau Sauvage feels sharper and more modern, Colonia feels rounder, more classical. Both have complexity, but they wear that complexity differently. So how do these personalities come through in real-life wear? Let's talk performance and projection. When it comes to performance, both fragrances hold their own, but in distinctly different ways that reflect their personalities. Eau Sauvage offers surprisingly good longevity for a citrus-based scent. Thanks to its clever blend of herbs and base notes like vetiver and oak moss, it typically lasts 6 to 8 hours on the skin, with a projection that's moderate but assertive in the first few hours. It's the kind of scent that others notice in close conversation or as you pass by, never overwhelming, but always present. Perfect for a clean, polished presence during the day, it leans slightly more formal, yet still versatile enough for casual wear. Acqua di Parma Colonia, while no slouch, is more of a gentle presence. Being a true eau de cologne, it wasn't built for beast mode projection. It lingers softly on the skin for about 4 to 6 hours, radiating closer to the body as time goes on. The scent is intimate, refined, something people notice when they're near you, not across the room. That said, its elegance is undeniable. It's the kind of fragrance that invites closeness, not attention. So now the question becomes, in what situations do these fragrances shine best? Let's look at where and when they truly belong. Each of these fragrances finds its strength not just in how it smells, but in when and where it's worn. Eau Sauvage thrives in structured settings. Think morning meetings, sharp suits, or warm spring days where you want to project confidence without overpowering the room. Its crispness makes it perfect for office wear, brunches, or even evening events if you're aiming for elegance over edge. It has a subtle authority, polished, intelligent, and quietly charismatic. Acqua di Parma Colonia, on the other hand, is made for relaxed sophistication, ideal for daytime wear, especially in warmer weather, It shines during casual lunches, strolls through town, garden weddings, or summer getaways. It's refined yet breezy, like a linen shirt and loafers on a coastal terrace. It's the scent of slow living and effortless charm. So, two classics, two very different moods. But what about who wears them best? Let's talk about personality and lifestyle next. Both Eau Sauvage and Acqua di Parma Colonia appeal to a mature sensibility, but not necessarily by age. It's more about attitude, taste, and how you carry yourself. Eau Sauvage is often favored by men who appreciate tradition with a modern twist. It's ideal for someone in their late 20s and up, someone who values refinement but doesn't mind standing out subtly. Whether you're a young professional or a seasoned gentleman, if your style leans towards sharp tailoring and clean lines, Eau Sauvage complements that energy beautifully. Acqua di Parma Colonia skews slightly older in feel, not because it's dated, but because it wears like a classic novel or a vintage watch. It speaks to those who appreciate heritage, quality, and a slower pace. Think late 30s and beyond, or younger wearers with an old soul. It suits those who live with intention, preferring timeless elegance over passing trends. So who wins between the two? Let's break it down. When it comes to turning heads, or at least inviting a second sniff, both fragrances offer distinct kinds of appeal. Eau Sauvage tends to draw compliments in a more direct way. Its crisp citrus, herbal clarity, and clean masculinity strike a familiar but elevated chord. People often describe it as fresh or classy, and it has that effortlessly attractive quality that resonates well in both social and professional settings. It's not loud, but it leaves an impression. Sharp, confident, and undeniably refined. Acqua di Parma Colonia, however, wins in the realm of uniqueness. Its composition isn't something you'll smell on everyone, and that exclusivity adds to its charm. Compliments come more softly, often with a sense of curiosity. What is that you're wearing? It's elegant without trying too hard, and that subtlety is part of its magic. So if you're chasing compliments, Eau Sauvage delivers. But if you're after quiet distinction, Colonia might just be your signature. Let's bring it all together. In a world where fragrance can be as much a luxury as it is an everyday essential, price and value matter, especially when comparing two classics like these. Eau Sauvage is widely available and competitively priced, especially considering its heritage and quality. You can find it in most major department stores and online retailers, and the value for money is undeniable. For a fragrance that stood the test of time and still smells remarkably modern, it offers excellent return on investment. Acqua di Parma Colonia, by contrast, sits in the niche luxury category. It comes at a higher price point, and while it's also readily available, especially at high-end retailers or online, it doesn't aim to be mainstream. You're paying for artisanal craftsmanship, heritage, and exclusivity. So, one gives you refined luxury at an accessible price. The other offers quiet sophistication wrapped in heritage, but at a premium. So, which should you choose? Let's wrap this up. So, Eau Sauvage or Acqua di Parma Colonia? The truth is, there's no single winner here. It depends entirely on what you value in a fragrance. Eau Sauvage is the smarter choice if you're looking for a versatile, everyday scent that balances freshness with subtle complexity. It's more modern in feel, easier on the wallet, and more likely to garner straightforward compliments. It's timeless, yes, but still very much at home in today's world. On the other hand, Acqua di Parma Colonia is a connoisseur's fragrance. It's not trying to please everyone. It's trying to please you. It's subtle, sophisticated, and full of old-world charm. If you appreciate understated luxury and want a scent that sets you apart without saying a word, Colonia is the way to go. Ultimately, both are masterpieces. Eau Sauvage is sharp elegance. Colonia is relaxed refinement. The question isn't which one is better, it's which one fits your story better. And if you're anything like me, you might just find space for both. Because some days call for structure and others call for soul. If you've made it this far, chances are you appreciate fragrance not just as a scent, but as a statement. Whether Eau Sauvage speaks to your sense of clarity and confidence, or Acqua di Parma Colonia whispers to your soul with quiet elegance, there's something powerful about finding a scent that feels like you. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these two legends do you wear or want to try? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you lean more toward the crisp, structured style of Eau Sauvage, or does Colonia's smooth, sunlit charm call your name? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into iconic fragrances, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I've got more scent stories coming your way, reviews, comparisons, hidden gems, everything to help you find your next signature. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and always wear what moves you.